Okay, we'll start off.
Okay.
ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸೆರೆನಿಟಿ ಹೋಮ್ ಬಯರ್ಸ್ ಫೋರಂ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಇವರ ಒಂದು ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಹೊಸ ಆವೃತ್ತಿಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ವಿಶೇಷತೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸೆರೆನಿಟಿ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಯರ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸರ್ ಮೋಹನ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಲಾಮೆನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪನಿಯನ್ನ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನವರಿಗಾಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಇಡೀ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರಿಗೆ ನ್ಯಾಯವನ್ನ ಕೊಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ, ಕಾರ್ಯಾಂಗ, ಶಾಸಕಾಂಗ ಅಂತ 3 ವಿಧಗಳಿದಾವೆ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದಲ್ಲಿ. ಆ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಕಾನೂನು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಯವನ್ನ ದೊರಕಿಸಿಕೊಡುವುದು ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗದ ಒಂದು ಮುಖ್ಯ ಉದ್ದೇಶ. ಆ ನ್ಯಾಯವನ್ನ ಕೊಡಿಸುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೋಹನ್ ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ, ಸರ್ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸೆರೆನಿಟಿ ಬಯರ್ಸ್ ಫೋರಂ ಮೂಲಕ ಒಂದು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಬೈಯರ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ಯಾನೆಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವರ ಜೀವನದ ಕಥೆ ಏನಿದೆ, ಅದು ಕಥೆಯಲ್ಲ ವ್ಯಥೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮನೆ ಕೊಡಿ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ಮನೆ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಧ್ಯಮ ವರ್ಗದ ಕಷ್ಟ ಕೇಳೋರು ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ವಾ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮೂಲಕ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾನೂನು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೆ ಗ್ರಾಹಕರಿಗೆ ಈ ತರ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಆದಾಗ, ಮೋಸ ಆದಾಗ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಸಹಾಯವನ್ನ ಪಡೆದುಕೋಬಹುದು, ಕಾನೂನಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಧಿಕಾರಗಳಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರಿಗೆ, ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸೆರೆನಿಟಿ ಹೋಮ್ ಬಯರ್ಸ್ ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಮೋಹನ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮೋಹನ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರೇ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಜನರ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗಳೇನಿದೆ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯಗಳನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತಾವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ತಮ್ಮ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸೆರೆನಿಟಿ ಹೋಮ್ ಬಯರ್ಸ್ ಫೋರಂ ಮೂಲಕ ತಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಮೃಣಾಳಿನಿ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ್ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ್ ಅವರು 72 ವರ್ಷದ ಹಿರಿಯ ನಾಗರಿಕರು. ಮೃಣಾಳಿನಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರು ಈ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ 2008ರಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 2008ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ವಿಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಬುಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆದ್ರೆ 2008 ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ವಿಲ್ ಏನೋ ಹೈ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಲೈನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸೆರೆನಿಟಿಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸೆರೆನಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ವಿಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸೆರೆನಿಟ್ ಮನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಸುಮಾರು 12 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮನೆಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇವ್ರದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಕತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ತಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವರು ಸಹ ಹಿರಿಯ ನಾಗರಿಕ. 2015ರಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಹಣವನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಸಹ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಹೇಗಾಯ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಬ್ಬ ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಆಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೈಟ್ ನ ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರು ಒಂದ್ ಸೈಟ್ ನ 3 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾರಾಟ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ದಲೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಒಬ್ಬ ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯನಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ದು. ಅವರು ಸಹ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಈ ತರ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶಗಳು, ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಗಳು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣಗೊಂಡಾಗ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಏನು ಸರ್? ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದಟ್ just wanted to if you can introduce Mohan sir for the larger audience, that will give a good benefit to all the buyers, sir. Please sir.
Hello everybody. I'm a practicing lawyer. I've been practicing in the real estate and connected laws, and basically I started my practice from the High Court, and I'm also practicing on the civil side, property consultation, and I have a full-fledged law firm. My law firm name is Lawman and Associates. We are 3 partners, and I'm one of the partners in the law firm, and we have been associated for almost 18 years since we started our practice. So far as this RERA is concerned, the very act is very new. 2016ನೇ ಇಸ್ವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅವರು ಹೋಮ್ ಬೈಯರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಲಾ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಾಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಲಾಸ್ which is in general nature, real estate ಒಂದು sector which is growing at the rate of 5 to 6% per year with a tremendous potential, ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಫ್ರಾಡ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅದನ್ನ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟರಿ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ತರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ 2016 ಫಾರ್ಮುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪಾಸ್ಡ್ ಎ ಲಾ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟರಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈಚ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಸಹ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ರೂಲ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಈಚ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ ಯೂನಿಕ್ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ನೀವು ಅನ್ಬೋದು ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಸರ್, ಲಾ ಇಸ್ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್, ಯಾಕೆ ಒಂದು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇದಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ತಮಿಳ್ನಾಡಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಜಮೀನ್ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಲ್ಲೇ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸೋಲ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಗುಂಟೆ. ಅದೇ ಕೇರಳಾಗ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ತರ. ಸೊ ಈಚ್ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಲಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ, ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಬೇರೆ, ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟರೀಸ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟೀಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಏರ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಈ ತರ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸೆರೆನಿಟಿ ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಐದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಕಾನೂನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ ಅನ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ 2 ಟೈರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಫಾಲೋಡ್ ಬೈ ರೂಲ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ರೇರಾ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಇದು 2017 ಗೆ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಥಾರಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು. ಇವಾಗ ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟೀಸ್ ಹಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ಡ್. ಇನ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಯೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಟ್ರೈಬ್ಯುನಲ್ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಟ್ರೈಬ್ಯುನಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿ 2020. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಫುಲ್ ಫ್ಲೆಜ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ಇದು ರೇರಾ ನಿಮ್ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾನು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ what I have understood, ನಾನು background as a legal, I have seen the documents. What I have understood from the project is like this. Whether you may be aware or you may not be aware, but I am just giving my input. ಒಂದು 2-3 ನಿಮಿಷ.
That really helps, sir. That really helps. Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
This project ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ 2010-2011 ಅಲ್ಲಿ it was a brainchild of Mantri along with ESCON society. I'm not talking about heritage or India heritage ಎಲ್ಲ ESCON trust ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಈ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಲೀಲಾ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ವೆಂಚರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ವಿಂಡೋ ಕ್ಲಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದೇ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲೇಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ ದ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ಆವಾಗ ಈ ಸೆರೆನಿಟಿ ಕಂಪನಿ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಮಂತ್ರಿ
ಕ್ಯಾಸಲ್ಸ್
ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಂಪನಿ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. So the first agreement which was entered was between Mantri Developers Private Limited, which is the mother company.
Correct.
The original mother company andre Mantri groups gella ಒಂದು first or the most important company ಅನ್ನೋದು Mantri Developers Private Limited. ಅವರು ಸ್ವತಃ ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲೇ ಇದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ದೇ ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಮೆಂಡ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಅಮೆಂಡ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 3 ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಅವರು ಕ್ಯಾಸಲ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಕ್ಯಾಸಲ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಂಪನಿನ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ ಆಸ್ ಎ SVP, ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ತಿಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ತರ ಕಂಪನಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಅವರು ಏನ್ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ವಿ ಕೆನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೂ ದಿ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿನ ಫುಲ್ಲಿ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 2 ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 2 ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ನ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರೋದೇ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಹೆರಿಟೇಜ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಚಾರಿಟೀಸ್. ಈ ಚಾರಿಟೀಸ್ ಅವರು ಈ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ then again they get into question things as to how further we can exploit commercially so that it actually benefits ESCON society. So money has to go ultimately to the ESCON society for development of Ram Leela Park, Krishna Leela Park adu idukoskara. So they in turn creates another SVP in the name of ESCON company na create ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಕಂಪನಿ ಮತ್ತೆ MDPL SVP ಈ 2 ಕಂಪನಿ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ವೆಂಚರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ GPA ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ಆ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವ್ಯೂ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ದೋ ಹಿ ಹಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ದಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ 50 to 60 CR ಇನ್ ದ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ 50 to 60 CR. ಬಟ್ ರೇರಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೋಜರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ಏನಂತ ಇದಾರೆ, ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೋಜರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮೇಲೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 24% ಏನೋ ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಡೋ ತರ 25% ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ಎಸ್ಕಾನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗೋ ತರ ಆ ತರ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ they don't retain the money. They directly give it to the charities ಗೆ, charity ಇಂದ ಎಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮನಿ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಹೊರತು ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡುವಾಗ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಟೇಕನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಸೆರೆನಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು, ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಔಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಇದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಷನ್, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದಿ ರೇರಾ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ. So this is the background under which we are looking at this project, where money though has been collected, loans ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ loans documents we have produced. So ದುಡ್ಡು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಐತಪ್ಪ, ಆ ದುಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ರೇರಾ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಕಂಡು ಹಿಡಿಯಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ we have started the process before the ರೇರಾ authorities also. ಈ ರೇರಾ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ 2 ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್. ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ AO ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಬೇರೆ ವಿ take a compensation cases ಮಾತ್ರ. AO level ಅಂದ್ರೆ adjudicating officer ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, is the dispute resoluting officer appointed under RERA Act and rules. He is the judge. He is primarily a judge who will adjudicate a dispute between a builder and a customer insofar as compensation is concerned. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡಿಲೇ ಆಯ್ತು,
ಡಿಲೇ ಆಗಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ
ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಲೋನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಿ EMI ಅಂತ ಆಫರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಪ್ರಿ EMI ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ತರ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪನ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ಗೆ. ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗಪ್ಪ ಕಂಪನ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಸಿಗ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವ ಡೇಟ್ ಇಂದ ಸಿಗ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಆ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಡೇಟೇ ನಿಮ್ ಕಂಪನ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2015 ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಎಂಟೈಟಲ್ಡ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಕಂಪನ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ 2015. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ನೀವು ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಪೊಸೆಷನ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ 2018 ಇಂದ ಯು ಆರ್ ಎಂಟೈಟಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕಂಪನ್ಸೇಷನ್. ಇದು ಅಟ್ AO ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು, ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಷನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನ ಡಿವಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ರೆಮಿಡೀಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಅವರ್ ರೈಟ್ಸ್, ಇದನ್ನ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಗೆ ಪವರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ವಿಚ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ರೇರಾ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ. ಸೊ AO is the first level where we can only seek for compensation. ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಷನ್ AO ಇವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ರೇರಾಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಟೈಮ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದು ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಲಿಟಿಗೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ.
ಸರ್, ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಒಬ್ರು ಬೈಯರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ನಾವು ರೇರಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಕೇಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಿ, ಕೇಸು ವಿನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್, ಎಷ್ಟು 17 ಲಕ್ಷ 18 ಲಕ್ಷ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಂದು ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಾಲ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ರೇರಾ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಒಂದ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್?
ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ವೆದರ್ ದಿ ಕಂಪನ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ AO ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಸಹ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಸಹ, ಕಂಪನ್ಸೇಷನ್ ರಿಕವರಿ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಏನ್ ರೇರಾಲ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ನೀವೇ ಸ್ವತಃ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ರಿಕವರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಪ್ಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೆಪ್ಟಿ ಕಮಿಷನರ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಸಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ದಿ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ದಿ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರೆವೆನ್ಯೂ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟಿವ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಡೆಪ್ಟಿ ಕಮಿಷನರ್. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೇ ವರ್ಡಿಕ್ ರೇರಾಲ್ ಬಂದ್ರು ಸಹ, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸ್ಟಿಪ್ಯುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಆಫ್ 60 days, if a person who has got a verdict in his name, he can file a memo and go for execution to the once ರೇರಾಲ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅದು ಆಟೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ DC ಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಇದು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲಿಪ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಒಂದಿದೆ. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವಿ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ DC ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಇಟ್ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ there are certain mechanism provided under the RERA Act. Certain matters can be taken to civil court. For example, closure of loan ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ರೇರಾಲ್ ಈ ತರ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಎನ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾನೂನು ಇನ್ನ ಹೈಯರ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, AO ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆಯೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯೋ ಅದ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಕಾನೂನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. We are fighting it out to evolve the law because you have to give the time for the law to grow.
Correct, sir. So that's one very interesting point you brought in. As a common citizen, I will ask you this question, sir, because I'm not a law expert. Probably I will ask this. See, in one of the insurance cases, what happens whenever there is a death happens in the family, and then the insurance agency will be asked to deposit the money in the court of law, and then that money will be given to the plaintiffs. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ರೇರಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ, ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ವಿಕ್ಟಿಮ್ ರೈಟ್ ಹೂ ಹಸ್ ಫೈಲ್ಡ್ ಎ ಕೇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ವಿಡ್ರಾ ದ ಕೇಸ್, and then if the RERA court pass an order saying that you are supposed to entitled to get 80 lakh rupees, can't RERA court redirect to the builder to deposit the money in the court of law, and the court can give that money back to the victims? Is that system is not there, sir?
ಸರ್, ಇದು ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದು ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಲಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಹಳೆಯದು. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹಸ್ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ದು ಬಂದು ಇವಾಗ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ನೀವ್ ಏನಂತ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನೌ ದಿ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅಮೆಂಡ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಇಫ್ ಅ ಡೆತ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ಡಿಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೆಟಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಆರ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಜುಡಿಕೇಶನ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಹಸ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 50 to 60 years to evolve that law.
ವಾವ್,
ಸಾರಿ. ಇದಕ್ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನು ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಡೆತ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಶುಡ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದಿ ಕೋರ್ಟ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ಯರ್ಥ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಪೀಲ್ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಆ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಟಫೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಲಾ ಅಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾ ವಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದೇರ್, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ತರ ರೇರಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ವರ್ಡಿಕ್ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಸಿ ಕಳ್ಸೋದು ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಮೆಂಡ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು 2 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಇದು ಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಅಮೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಕಾನೂನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಗೈಡ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಈ ತರ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಪ್ರೊವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಟಿ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಕಳ್ಸೋ ಪವರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಆ ಇವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾ ಇನ್ನ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇಟ್. ನಾನು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ. ಅದು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಫಾರ್ ರಿಕವರಿ.
ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಸರ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕೇಸ್ಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ರೇರಾ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ರಿಕವರಿ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ, ಸಮ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ದ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಬಟ್ ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮನಿ ರಿಕವರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಬಿಲ್ಡರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ವೇರ್. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಲೂಪ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಕಾನೂನು ಅಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ವಾ, ಬೈಯರ್ಸ್ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ವೇನೋ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಅನುಮಾನ ಕಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ ದಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅರೈಸಸ್.
ನಿಜ ತಾವು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸುಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಾನೂನು ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ವಿ ಕೆನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫೋರ್ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಲಾ ಮೇಕರ್ಸ್ ಈ ತರ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಾನೂನು ಯಾವ್ದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅನುಭವ ಬೇಕು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇವನ್ ದಿ ಲಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುಭವ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಲಾ. ಸೊ ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಲಾ ಮೇಕರ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾನೂನು ಮಾಡಕ್ ಮುಂಚೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ IAS ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಲೀಗಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಡೆಲಿಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾವ ತರ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ಕಾನೂನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಸಹ ಅದನ್ನ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಮಿಷನರಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು, ಟೈಮ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಡೇಟಾ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ 2 years. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ರೇರಾ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಬಿಲ್ಡರ್ ಆಟೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ಲಿ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮುಂಚೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓಸಿನೇ ಕೊಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಅದೇ ತರ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮುಗೀತು ನಮ್ ಕೆಲಸ, ಓಸಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಲೆನೇ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ಆ ತರ ಬಿಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಇಂದ ಆಚೆಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಓಸಿ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ನಮ್ನ ಹಿಡಿತಾರೆ, ಆ ಭಯ ಕಾನೂನು ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ರಿಕವರಿ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ಸ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಸಹಕರಿಸಬೇಕು. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿ ಪೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಪರ್ಸ್ಯೂ ವಿತ್ ಅಸ್. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ದಿ ಲಾ.
ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಸರ್, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಬೈಯರ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಇದರಿಂದ ತುಂಬಾ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಕಾನೂನಿದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕಾನೂನು ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದಾದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಕಾನೂನು ಸಹಾಯ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಲಕ್ಕೆ ಜನ ಹೆದರ್ತಾರ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯುವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಮೇಕ್ a lot of sense to many of the buyers. Problem Rinali madam, I just wanted to open up the forum for you to ask Mohan sir a question about your experience. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sure Mohan sir. So thank you Dhananjay sir. So Mohan sir, my question really is, I have been stuck and really thrown from one project to the other because the buyer refuses to return the money. Me being a single woman buyer, I'm not a single woman, but I'm a individual buyer. It's not a co-applicant as my husband or anybody. So individually I went for this and I have suffered for 12 years. Every time I've asked for money, they have said, we will go by the penalty listed in the papers and, plus minus more or something. I mean, they've always told stories, but eventually the intent was never to return the money. My question is, yes, RERA and the way we are being protected and we can file a case, but the builder who has this kind of a reputation of not returning the money, not completing the projects, how hopeful can we be as customers that even if our cases were settled, that we would receive our compensation? One. And secondly, as an individual, what laws do exist that I can file for mental harassment and financial cheating against a builder? Because builders, it's a big thing to fight against a builder as an individual. So what kind of laws do exist that we can really make them compensate for the mental agony and damages that they have made us go through? In my case, 12 years. So if you can guide us a little bit on, what rights do exist for us as customers who've been harassed by builders like these, and how can we make them pay for the mental damages that they have done?
Ma'am, it's a very good question. See, the RERA Act, or for that, what are the various remedies under law for you is either you can have gone to civil court, which is very time consuming and quite an expensive for it because of the involvement of court fee and other things. The second alternative which was available for you is consumer dispute courts, where you could have gone for mental harassment and all the deficiency of services which the builder has done. The third option, which is the offshoot of the consumer law, is the RERA forum. This is actually the outcome of the cases which the government thought or the lawmakers thought that consumer courts are not able to deliver it at the fastest pace to the customers like you. So the RERA Act was made, and when they made this act, there was loss, and they wanted to have a check and balance wherein you should be compensated at the highest level. Now the quantum of compensation in consumer court is the discretion of a court. There is no hard and fast rule that in a consumer court you can be given 1% also as a damages, or maximum damages which can be given is 18% of your investment. To balance uniformity, the lawmakers decided that the compensation should be based on some market standards. So what they did is they inserted a provision in the RERA Act and the rules saying that the compensation which can be given to minimum compensation, it is not a maximum compensation, but AO cannot exceed that compensation. So what it has been fixed is SBI rate of MCLR, rate of leading interest, and that is the rate at which SBI Bank operates for giving loans. So is that sufficient? And sorry, if you cannot follow English, I will go with English only. If your interest rate is only MCLR, it will be lesser. So the lawmaker added 2% over and above MCLR rate. So it becomes, if the market rate where you can get a interest at 7%, where a bank deals or a company deals at the loan of 7%, you are being paid at 9%. If it is 7%, it is 2% added. If the MCLR rate increases to 10%, your rate of compensation becomes 12%. So the 2% addition is towards your mental agony, your harassment, or whatever the things we can do it. So the 2% of your entire money becomes the standard of compensation. Consumer law, what happens in consumer forum is the court will say 50,000 is granted towards the mental harassment, and the interest component of 6% we give on your investment for returning. So that standards has been removed under RERA. A uniformity was brought in, wherein no discretion is given to the judge. If the judge finds there is a deficiency of service, the project not delivered as per the promise, you are entitled to get a compensation at the rate of MCLR rate plus 2% of whatever the SBI rate charges. So it becomes a standard so that they can remove the discretionary powers of a judge and people start getting uniform. So you are actually compensated along with it. But we are also fighting out in the appellate forum that apart from this, people should also be compensated on the other overheads like mental agony, which you were talking about, the loss of rental income, the loss of IT benefits, which you could have got had the possession been given to you. Those, what happens is when an individual are filing the cases, they have not pleaded these aspects. They only say that I should be compensated. See, any court or any forum, you need to plead. That is, what is that you expect from the court has to come in the writing. If those things are not available on the record, the judges are only bound by what is written. They can only adjudicate on that. So in many of the cases which we as lawyers have started taken up, we are asking for compensation, mental agony, we are starting to put it in. We are getting a verdicts where we are not getting compensation on that overheads, but we are challenging that in the appellate forum. And definitely we'll challenge it in the High Court and say that a law should be made that apart from this compensation, what are the other overheads where a complainant can be compensated. So the evolution of law will take time. Since pandemic also has, aided the builder in some aspect by delaying the process of the law. The things will definitely change in a year or time. So the question is now the question of recovery, which I has already discussed. We are trying to evolve the mechanisms or trying to find out the other alternatives which is provided under the RERA Act. I am sure maybe in 1 year down the line, we will have those alternatives coming in through by way of judgments from the tribunal or from the High Court.
I think
Got it. So thank you. Thank you so much.
I think it's a very good point, sir, that you brought in. And another point is that, when there are multiple cases are getting registered against a particular builder that they are not delivering on time, in RERA there is no provision where they cannot, RERA cannot restrict to give permission for another project because you are not delivering as per the plan, as per the commitment to customers in the previous engagements, right? So there is no provision such authority given to RERA, sir, in that aspect?
No, the powers given to RERA is multiple. See, there are basic sections which helps is sections 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which are the sections under which check and balance is created for the bringing a regulatory power to the authority and how the market should be evolved. Okay, section 3 and 4 is more to do with the customer's disclosure of information. ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಸೈಟ್ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾವು ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. Many times we cannot go to the site, or the site is hidden because of the curtains or the blockade which they say, and they will not allow you to go inside the site area. Saying that under construction, if anything falls on you, we are not responsible. So to make a disclosures, what RERA Act provides is every quarterly, that is every 3 months, the builder is bound to disclose total money received from customers, total money spent on the project, total development work undertaken, whether it is high rise or the car parking area, whatever the development is there, that has to be uploaded into the RERA website so that the people can have an access to it to see to that how much quantum of the project is completed. So mechanism, it is not the discretion of the builder to just enter the data. What the builder has to do is, there are certified engineers and certified CA who are authorized to give certificates stating that this much money was received after looking into the balance sheets of the company. And this much of construction has happened. That engineer has to go to the spot, assess, and then he has to give the thing. So this disclosures, when it is made by the builder, is binding on opponent. If he makes a false declaration, or if he makes a false disclaimers, or he says a false misrepresentation before the authority, he can be penalized under section 59, 61, 60. Those are the penal provisions where for misinforming, misguiding people, misguiding authority, he can be punished. So the mechanism has been provided. Now we are starving hard to create this mechanism to be implemented in 100% way.
Okay.
Any law, it takes time, as I repeatedly said.
Correct.
We are trying to get it implemented. With our efforts, I can say in few matters which we have taken as a class action cases against the Mantri. After that, the authorities have passed certain regulations. Okay. One of the main regulations which was passed is making the landlord a co-promoter. Before that, only the builder was responsible.
Excellent.
Now, my question, so our question which we raised at the time of a dispute was, we said, if you make only the builder responsible, what happens if the builder runs away and the tower is sitting on the land and the landlord is not a promoter? My money is there on the land, not with the builder, because he has put it in the construction. Looking into our argument, a circular was passed where they made landowners as a co-promoter. The second advantage, the thing which, as my own experience is, we have cases and where we said, what is the minimum standard for imposition of penalty on a builder? Ivaga, they don't disclose the things properly in the thing. What are the minimum? So monne on circular issue madidare where they said minimum 10,000, 20,000 per quarter ge penalty activi. That will make the builder sit up. And they will also say, okay, we need not spend money. Yakan penalty katta idre, people will also feel that we are violating. So our mechanism is also growing. So we are doing quite a bit of work there. Class action cases also are going on. So I think pretty much will enforce the law in a very good manner in future.
Okay, that is really good news, sir, because the making up land owner also as a party, it's a very good step. I think whatever it has been passed, I think really congratulate for your team effort and your effort towards that, sir. I think some of these things will definitely help. As you rightly said, the law has to evolve, and there are multiple questions on the Ponzi schemes, which some of these builder will come up, like pre-EMI schemes and give the full amount, right? And for example, Chandrasekhar sir, who's on the call today, he has actually paid the entire amount. right? And 2015 he is also registered. His flat is registered without a flat existence. So what do you want to say about that, Mohan sir?
It's a purely an act of fraud and misrepresentation. Unfortunately, I would have liked Mr. Sanjay Sekhar to go and lodge a police complaint also, but because of his age and his health condition, I could not strongly recommend to do it, because for making a police complaint, his presence is required, and
Hmm.
investigation process of police, you know how much time
Correct.
consuming and how much effort and moving around is required.
Hmm.
Anyway, let us see how we can help Mr. Chandrasekhar. He's already my client. I think I should restrain myself from explaining much about the things which I want to do it for Chandrasekhar.
Definitely, sir. We don't want you to, kind of disclose all those, disclosure that you wanted to take it. In general, there are people like Chandrasekhar, sir, on this forum, sir. People have paid 100% of the money and they have registered it. And even in 2017 and 18, when the flat doesn't exist, they force us to register, saying that, your registration cost will increase once, government changes or government passes a new order from 6.5 to 7 to 7, like that. They try to give a illusion of increase in registration fee, so that people will get a other way of looking at it, saying why I should pay to the government. But people don't realize, by doing that, you are at a risk of not having a house, and you registered the flat.
Yes, it will be a paper house with you where you
Yeah.
cannot reside.
Exactly.
Neither you can transact. That's true.
And one of the Mohan sir, one of the buyer in the last call, he's mentioned that he is paying the insurance of the house which doesn't exist. There is no floor. There is one of the buyback scheme buyer. He has disclosed that he is paying insurance for the house which doesn't exist. So Chandrasekhar sir registered a house which doesn't exist, and there's one more buyer who is paying insurance where the house doesn't exist.
I'm really surprised. This is actually, how did the insurance come and access the property?
2.5 lakh is being paid at one shot for the entire insurance for the amount.
Now, how is that possible? When the building, on the building which is not existing,
It doesn't
they have
exist.
taken insurance,
They've taken
and the
insurance of
people are buying
2.5
it.
lakh rupees, not a small amount. 2.5 lakh rupees
I think we
insurance.
should contemplate to go to consumer court to enforce for the
I think this is
deficiency.
one of
And
this is one of the Mahesh Kumar Jain, who recently you must have spoken, and he was talking about in the panel discussion a couple of days back. I was actually amazed. I was actually kind of surprised and shocked. We can register a flat without flat existence. We have to pay insurance without flat existence. And we see in movies, right? Taj Mahal and Parliament has been sold by somebody, and this is actually happening in the ground in Bangalore. This is really, really strange, sir.
yeah, those things. See, actually, the law is in favor of, the law expects the buyer to be beware. Okay, we in law call it as caveat emptor. That means the buyer beware. The very simple logic is, if you are putting your money, you will be more cautious of looking into your money as well. So the law is actually there, which says you should be more careful. There are people who will try to cheat you. So when you buy, you be careful. Don't get cheated. So that's where we have to be careful about our money. It's after all my money versus your product.
Definitely.
It's better to have my money rather than your product, which is not existing.
Definitely.
So the caveat emptor makes a common man to be more diligent when he wants to buy a property. If this principle is removed, what will happen is, nobody need to be cared. They can all buy anything. Like, I can buy a moon tomorrow, I will buy Mars the day after tomorrow.
Correct.
So to remove that, this legal fallacy is being made where the buyer should be beware. So I think that summarize the thing, that how we should be cautious when we are getting this kind of transaction.
Definitely, sir. Sir, and one more point that I wanted to highlight is, RERA is there at a central level. They passed a, very good policy. But whenever there is any a fraud or a cheating happens, for example, I wanted to quote Satyam company incident, which happened in the past. To protect the interest of the shareholders, the government has stepped forward and then come forward to, form a separate committee and then fix the issues and then ensure that, the shareholder is not impacted. Something similarly, whenever there is multiple cases getting registered, and when the government came to know multiple FIRs, multiple, NCLT cases and multiple RERA cases being registered against a company, there is no provision where government will step in and take over the projects like this, Mohan sir, as per the law of the land?
Under RERA, Section 8 provides for taking over and supervising the project completion. So the Section 8 speaks very clearly that if the RERA authorities, at the application of the victims, they can initiate a process call upon the builder and scrutinize whether the project can be completed by the builder or not. And if the authority comes to a conclusion that it cannot be completed by the builder, then the RERA authority is supposed to call for the apartment owners, that is all the buyers, which under RERA Act is called as Association of Allottees or all the allottees, and ask them whether you would like to take over the project and complete it yourself and seek for compensation, whatever it is. If yes, then the project is actually handed over to the customers through RERA. This mechanism is being provided. It is not that it is not been provided under the Act. There is a clear-cut procedure given. So if you want to take over the project, you can take it. You may say that I have to put additional money. Yes, but then you can take over it, finish it, and then you can still have the option of recovering that money from the builder. That option is not removed just because you're taking over. And if this doesn't happen, then the RERA authority has to formulate a scheme, go back to the government, consult the government, come back and try to implement the project. So this mechanism is definitely provided under the RERA Act. We are starving in other projects to do this mechanism.
Okay.
We have to wait and watch as to how the things will.
Exactly. Related to this question, one more question that arises, sir, especially for this particular project, we know that there is one more party other than the landowner. Usually, it is either a builder plus landowner plus the buyers. But here there is one more party, which is lender, which is a pyramid. They also given some money for this project, right? So in case of taking over of the project by the buyers, so the lenders also will have a stake to say that, right? So there is a complications involved. So what is the law of the land that will say, sir, around that?
So the lender gives it at a project level. A pyramid kind of an organization which gives money is for the project level.
Correct.
At a project level, when they give, they secure all the assets which will be developed also in the future on the project. But as and when a customer is booked, the mechanism is the Mantri has to go back to the pyramid, get a limited partial NOC from the pyramid group and say that we are going to sell it in favor of this customer under certain terms. And they obtain NOC and they give it. So the balance stock in trade, which we call it as unsold unit or stock in trade, that becomes the security for the pyramid company. If there is a mismanagement by the Mantri or a false things done by Mantri, where they have not taken and they don't follow the procedures, and it definitely leads to a case where you can go for serious economic offenses. Case can be booked against the builder as well as the financer for not the financer not being due diligent and the builder for having misrepresented. So these options are available under the criminal procedures. We can definitely work on that aspect. So the pyramid is also aware that if they try to take it, they may have to suffer along with the home buyers at that point of time. As of now, in your project, the pyramid is not having a very good position as of now. I think they may also come up with certain, legal actions against the builders to safeguard their money, because ultimately pyramid, it's not its pyramid's money, it is public money again.
Correct.
So it needs to safeguard that public money also. So in that case, we will be joining forces with them. If they try to approach NCLT, we can be part of it rather than we invoking it. Because pyramid can invoke against the entire company, whereas we can only invoke against the project. So in that way, it's better to wait and watch rather than taking an action.
Okay. How about the stress fund part of Mohan, sir? So there is a lot of discussion and a lot of our project also been awarded as part of a stress fund process. So if stress fund gets through, hopefully, I'm not still confident because of the day which has been dragged. It's like naale ba kate aagta ide. But even if at all, if tomorrow comes tomorrow, then what do you see, sir? Is the project is getting completed as per your experience of how the Swami Fund is being set up? What is your opinion about that, sir?
See, the stress fund which has been given is not for the across the projects of Mantri. They have given it for first project because Serenity is the oldest of the lot of the Mantris. Because the Mantri Web City was the second project.
Correct.
My understanding, Serenity was the first which was launched. Web City was later. Then comes Lithos and then Energia. Then the latest one is the Blossom, and then comes their own other project in Nandi Hills, that layout plan. So all the plans of the Mantri, I think Serenity is the first and the oldest project which is stuck on the ground level. So the government, after conducting its due diligence, has thought that around 310 crores or 320 crores, as a first chunk it is 290 crores, plus it can be increased to 30 lakhs or something, 30 CR. That has certain conditions. The condition is SBI is the new financer. but SBI wants it to become the first financer. That means it wants to dislodge the position of Piramal from being the first charger to the second chargers. So the money whatever flows in post this trust fund
completion.
is released, first goes to the SBI bank.
Okay. Okay.
The risk which was taken by Piramal should
Okay.
be the second risk, because this is guaranteed by the government. So that fund, if it is released, there are certain procedure aspects which Mantri have to do it. Unless and until they do it in accordance with law, the trust fund cannot be released, because otherwise Mantri will suffer. SBI will again be a victim of it. And as this fund is a central government guaranteed and sponsored fund, SBI will be more answerable to it. So they are asking for guarantees and certain disclosures, which the Mantri, I think, is failing to do it, or they are trying to, a lot of rumors came to my ears that they said all the cases should be withdrawn. People should not ask for compensation. This is not what this trust fund says. Trust funds only puts a condition that the fund cannot be used to pay compensation. The fund can only be used to complete it. The compensation, whatever it is, still the liability of the company. That is, Mantri, irrespective of whether it is able to complete the project, still is liable to pay compensation to the customers. But Mantri is trying to, give a misinformation and trying to spread a false rumor among the, the customers, saying that this money will not come if you don't withdraw your case. Please withdraw so that we can get the money. That is not.
So they want to reduce the losses.
Okay. Yes, they are trying to mitigate the losses. So that is not the true thing. As a buyers, what is the first responsibility you have to do it, sir? This is, I think, this is more important.
Correct.
As a buyer, you have certain rights.
Correct.
And you have to show it in the legal world that you have been aggrieved. How do you show express your anguish that project is not completed? The anguish can only be expressed by coming to court of law, seeking for compensation.
Definitely.
Whether you get it on hand or not, the first and foremost thing is you have to establish that wrong has been done to you and you are entitled for compensation. Just by thinking that, many people, I have found this as an attitude. People think, I don't get a money, why should I go to the court? But the question is whether you establish your right, whether you have proven to the world that you have been wronged by this builder. That can only come when you have a verdict in your hand. So having verdict, whether you get money or not, if just imagine for a sake, your project consists of 1,600 units. I'm only talking about Serenity 2, 1, 3, 4, and 5. It consists of 1,600 units. If say 50% or 60% of people, there are, I think, 1,100 customers, roughly around. Out of this 1,000 people, even if 500 people get a verdict and they keep that paper with them for a lifetime, they can recover that money. That money never reduces.
Correct.
The order has no expiry like a tablet. The order remains valid forever until it is complied by the money.
Okay. Okay.
So keep an order with your hand. The money keeps growing, though it may be on papers. But remember, if the company fails at any point of time in future, that money and order which you have is the basis for which your compensation or refund of money is calculated. So without order, it is your agreement value. With an order, it is the order value. You tell me, order is better or no order is better?
Definitely, sir.
Order which is
Definitely, sir. Order is always better, and you should tell to the world that there is a liability on the company side, and it's a buyer's rights. I think this is a strong message, sir. I think there is a lot of illusions and lot of miscommunication which is happening in the buyer's community itself, saying that if RERA case, compensation case, or a withdrawal case exists, then it is going to impact the stress fund, which is actually false. And you made it very clear. And I think with this forum, I think if everybody please understand what the law of the land, and directly coming from Mohan sir, who is fighting this case, and also hundreds of RERA cases he has fought for. I think it's important you hold the order in your hand rather than only agreeing and trusting only the agreements. Please exercise your rights. Yes, sir. Please, sir. Mohan sir.
See, once you have an order, there is no expiry to the order. This is what I've been trying to explain to all the clients who come to me. I say, you sitting without an order is that you have not disclosed or you are agitated for your rights. Once you get an order in your hand, you can always say, I am a victim. Now, if you don't go to the RERA forum or any forum, you cannot claim yourself to be a victim because you are accepting it as a passively. You are saying, I am not a victim. I'm okay to extend time, isn't it? So unless you get an order in your name, And you
Right.
say that I am a victim, that's the reason why I have an order. If I'm not a victim, I am not having an order. It's a very simple thing. So
Right.
the only the defense when the builder takes up before any court of law is, they say out of 1,000 people, only 50 people have gone to court of law. They are trying to bully me, sir. Look
Yeah.
at the situation
Right.
which they want to color it. They
Right.
want to say that only 50 people got the verdict. So 950 people are accepting it. So 950 people are not a victim. So how do you say that 50 people are the victim?
Correct.
When you just imagine on the ground level or in the court where the people doesn't see the reality, whether the
Yeah.
project is stuck or not. We go by paper pleading. Just look at this situation. 1,000 people, 50 people have sought for compensation. That means 950 people are okay with the delay.
Yeah,
doesn't
got
give a
your
good-
point. Yeah, you got it.
It
Got it, sir.
doesn't give a good
Yeah.
signal to the builder. It
Yeah.
gives a signal to the builder saying that you can play with the emotions of the customer. You can hold the customer into ransom. You can threaten the customer. It should be other way around. Just
I think-
imagine the position of the builder with 600 verdicts, and
Yeah.
you will say, everybody is asking me money. Where should I pay money? That is because your fault.
Yeah.
The tune will change. So
Definitely.
that should be understood by the customers.
Definitely. I think thanks a lot, Mohan sir. I think you have enlightened a lot of people, and the program is also on Facebook, and then it is reaching out to thousands of people. The biggest problem today is awareness on the law is very important, and you're bringing that awareness to all the buyers. I think there are a lot of confusion within our WhatsApp group, within our forums, saying that somebody is trying to say that, okay, don't file a case, it is going to impact stress fund, which is absolutely doesn't make any sense. It is absolutely false, and it's a liability on the company, not on the stress fund. Stress fund is been given because you're unable to fulfill the project, and you have to hold the order in hand so that you can safeguard your investment what you have made. I think it's an excellent message, Mohan Kumar sir, on this platform. Chandrasekhar sir, you have not spoken. Sorry, I have not given an opportunity to speak to you. Mohan sir is on the live. You have anything to say? We have another. Sorry sir, today we spent some more time extra. With your permissions, we'll extend it for another 10 minutes, and we'll close the session.
No, please.
Yeah, Chandrasekhar sir, you are speaking on mute. Chandrasekhar sir, you are on mute. Yeah.
Yes. People are asking for this NCLT cases. NCLT, they are insisting for that. So
Yeah.
regarding that, can you please elaborate on that, sir?
Yeah, that's very good issue which you have taken up, sir. See, you need to understand what is the mechanism under NCLT. Please understand, NCLT means National Company Law Tribunal. This is tribunal which is made exclusively in the interest of corporates. It is not in the interest of individuals. This tribunal is meant for, giving a life to the company, a company which is dying, a company which is unable to do the business. The NCLT tries to revive the business. It is not meant for the customers because it is meant for the corporates. That means if the company has to be dissolved, how it should be dissolved in such a manner that it mitigates the promoters and other company which is relying on this company. So NCLT as such is not a recovery forum. People should understand NCLT is not a recovery forum. It is a company reprocessing forum wherein if the company is going bad financially, how to support it financially to revive. That means we are going to give our money further to strengthen a Mantri to revive, which would be against our own interest. The second aspect of NCLT is when a customer wants to go, like the people like who are agreement holders who have become the, as per the legal presumption, they are secured creditors. If they want to invoke NCLT, the law is being changed in such a fashion that that particular project only will be, regenerated. You cannot go to the assets of the company. Only that project and the project land only has to be regenerated. That means if I go for reviving the project, that means I have to pay additional money to revive the project to get it out. Then how do you get compensated? So that's a very tricky issue here. The third aspect in NCLT is it is not a very cost efficient forum. It is a very expensive forum, and the success rate of NCLT is how do you really complete a project which is totally under distress? Can I be given that much disclosures? Will I have a right to participate in the NCLT proceedings, or the court has a superseding power to suppress our voice? It is a voting mechanism. If you don't pay money, your voting rights is removed. So that mechanism itself is not in favor of customers. it is more in favor of the corporates to regenerate the companies. Okay. And I think by tomorrow, every people will be reading newspapers saying that NCLT forum 1 year moratorium has been implied. That means customers cannot go to NCLT forum for a period of 1 year seeking any kind of relief under NCLT provision as of now. I think the Rajya Sabha has passed that bill today. That may be getting the consent of the president shortly. That becomes the law of the land. So doing all the exercise and then you have to wait for a year. And if you do it prematurely, the question is whether you are in accordance with law or it is a premature petition which you file and then you lose the case there. So I think the law has been amended today. There was ordinance 6 months back during the COVID time. Bill has been passed today. That's the reason why I was always stressing on the people, wait and watch. Do not jump into various forums to get a relief. Correct. It may not be a successful one. So I think the NCLT, by tomorrow you will be more aware. It will be given in the press. Another thing, newspaper will publish it, TV will publish it. I am giving you upper hand, the first hand information. The law has been passed today by Rajya Sabha.
Okay. Thank you, sir. But under the present circumstances, what do you suggest? Which way the RERA is the only best way?
I feel the RERA is the best way. That's a forum where home buyers' interest is more secured. The only thing is, but implementation is.
The order is passed by RERA. The implementation part, it is going, Deputy Commissioner is taking his own time and it is not implemented.
Yes, I totally agree with you. That's what I was coming to the point. The law is good in favor. The law is made in a very good structured manner. Its implementation is wrong. So we need to make sure that implementations are changed. The method of implementations are changed. We need to fight for that so that home buyers actually benefit, not the builders. So we need to stick with one forum, complete the entire process under one forum, and then try to go for other forum. If you go into multiple forum together, the end result would be like too many cooks. And if the too many cooks comes for cooking one dish, you can expect what would be the result.
But have you taken up any implementation part through DC, sir?
I am starting the process of going for an execution and other thing in other projects. And I am not trying to strictly stick to the DC. I am trying to get certain orders which will be directly taken to the district court where I can have the control of implementing it. I have certainly worked out certain issues and I've already spoken and trying to implement it. I have to do certain paperwork before I launch that.
Okay, this will be applicable for all the orders that are already been passed by RERA?
See, there are in order, there are two parts of things which comes. One is compensation part. Compensation part is very clear. It has to go to DC only. Okay. I cannot interfere much. But when an order comes with other components like repayment of loan by monthly and other thing, I'm trying to open up that area where at least the loan part should be closed by the monthly through civil court process. That's what I'm planning to do it. Let me see, sir, how much I can implement.
Okay. That is really good news.
Many home buyers have taken loans from different banks, but they are finding it very difficult to pay the rent, pay home loans.
Sir, that's exactly I'm working on. I am working on it. I have decided certain things. I have made my plans. I do not want to disclose my legal strategies on a platform, open platform.
Definitely, sir. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yeah. They are already watching it, so I will. Yeah. I have planned certain things. I am implementing it by next month. I will be starting that process.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. I think under your
many home buyers are interested to file cases through RERA, and they wanted certain clarification. And in that regard, I have asked you. Hope other home buyers are also interested, and they will contact you about this, because many people were asking for NCLT is the best and all those things. And since many orders have been passed by RERA, that implementation is taking its own time and execution is not happening and all that. So I hope the other home buyers will also get certain clarifications, since you have already clarified. And
sir, I have made certain strategies. Yeah. And I hope to see positive result. So give me some time.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Chandrasekhar, sir. I think it's a good question. I think Mohan sir answered it very, in a different way. I think strategy is in place. I think it's important to not to disclose the strategies right away in an open forum. I think for implementation, we know there are some limitations, but one of the important aspects Mohan sir brought about is that, only 50 to 60 cases is being registered. If for example, if our order of magnitude of 1,200 buyers, and if it's only 40-50 people have registered a case and rest of the people are keeping quiet, saying that something will happen, and that something will never happen unless you come out of the shelf. So this is a very strong message that we wanted to pass on. Please keep the order in your hand. It doesn't cost you too much. You have invested 70 to 80 lakhs, and some people have invested a crore rupees, and you guys are thinking about investing another thousands of rupees for a RERA case, and 1,000 rupees what it cost for registering a RERA case, and another advocate fee is what it matters. And imagine 80 lakhs you invested, and while investing 80 lakhs you did not thought even verifying the documents and reaching out to the advocates. And now when we are stuck and when we want to get out of this mess and getting a home, you are investing thinking too much of lawyer fees. I think that is exactly what the mentality we need to change.
One thing, we have already discussed this with Mr. Mohan, and Mohan is helping us.
Exactly, sir. Since this platform, this platform is open and many people are watching on Facebook, and this video will be shared on YouTube. I wanted to make it very clear, because of RERA cases, stress fund or any other fund will not get impacted. It is a liability of the builder. It is a liability of the builder to pay you penalty. It is nothing to do with stress fund. Please go ahead and file cases for your own interest. You have paid 80 lakhs, 90 lakhs. Please go ahead and contact Mohan sir, who is on the platform today. I will share his number. I will share his contact details, and then please reach out to him. Ensure that you take the order. It may take couple of months or 4 months or 5 months, doesn't matter whether it is a compensation or whether it is withdrawal of whatever is the case as per your requirement. Please reach out and have the court order in your hand. So that is very important. Unless somebody comes out and tell the court that you have been cheated, if you don't register a complaint, nobody will recognize that you've been cheated. Please understand the law of the country, how our constitution is being made, and then how the law has been framed. Unless you come out and say I am cheated, nobody will come to you. Right? So I think very strong message. We only 40-50 cases and rest 1,000 people are keeping quiet. It may go in favor of the builder. It may not go in favor of the people who are actually fighting on the ground. If you really think that you got cheated, if you really think that you got impacted because of this, you are paying EMI, you have paid all the money, and some people have registered, and all the aspects of Ponzi schemes that has been floated around. If you think you have been cheated, please go ahead and report it. And RERA is the ultimate platform. RERA is one of the best platforms available today. It may not be the what you call as 100% perfect as of today because of the implementation issues, but because of people like Mohan sir and other legal experts who are working on the ground, definitely it will improve over a period of time. And then law has to evolve. That is exactly what Mohan sir is also trying to tell, that law has been framed only a couple of years back, and it has to evolve over a period of time. And insurance example sir has given, it took 60 to 70 years for us to get to the position where the control is with in the interest of people who suffered. So law has to take its own hand, but unless people come out of the shelf, unless you report, nothing can change in this world, right? So please exercise this, and please don't be under the illusion that by filing a RERA case, your stress fund will get impacted or whatever is the case, right? So please don't go by the false fake news. Always please consult an advocate like Mohan sir, and I will share his number. Whoever is interested, please reach out to me, and then my number, you all of you know about it. I will share Mohan's number of the risk.
I have seen Mr. Mohan arguing regarding this Web City cases. And really, he has taken up the Web City case in a very strong manner. And I am sure that the Web City people will also get very good support from Mohan sir.
Yeah.
And I hope, along with that, we have full of hopes that Mr. Mohan sir will take up our cases in a fitting manner. And the counters will also be given by Mohan sir. I'm sure that he will take up. Sir,
I just want to add one thing here, that really thankful for this this discussion today, Dhananjay sir, because Mohan sir really put forth, in a very fluid manner, all the options that exist in front of a customer today. And that we have a law which we can utilize, and we have a lawyer that we can utilize too. So I would just say, please, Mohan sir, expect a personal call from me as well. But I would strongly urge
Welcome.
everybody else too, who's watching us and who's listening to this webcast today, to please come forward, because the strength is in numbers. The strength is in numbers. I'm a living example of a lone fighter for 12 years. It doesn't take much. I feel so strong because I'm part of a group now. I'm part of a forum. So the strength is in numbers. So let's all come forward and take this
Very
battle
good.
to the finish line. That's
Yeah.
all I would say.
Yeah. And
Thanks a lot,
I
madam. Sir,
hope that too much of
Chandrasekhar
case
sir.
will not be taken up.
Yeah,
Right, sir?
Chandrasekhar sir, 1 second. We are almost crossed the time of 1 hour
Okay.
in the interest of everybody's time. Sir, I just wanted to give a final touch, to, final tagline to you, Mohan sir, before we wind up the session. Yeah, please, sir. Strong message to the society.
Law is not framed by lawmakers. Law is evolved by people participation. Unless and until people come together, law will change. Law is for the people, to the people, and by the people. People doesn't come forward, the law will not come forward. So please participate. Use the legal options. The law will follow you, and then you follow the law. Both will be in a tandem and will give you harmony and peace, and definitely you will not be cheated.
So you still insist me to go to the police station and register FIR?
Definitely you can, sir. But looking into your health condition, I would ask you to take an opinion from the doctors before you
Yeah, that's
take
what
this.
he says. Because of this pandemic, I'm not able to go personally. But there is already a case that is now been transferred to this Korankote police station, and I have requested them to transfer it to Kumar Subramanian Nagara police station. And
So you contact me on one-to-one basis. I will suggest that another alternate.
Chandrasekhar sir, probably will take this offline discussion. I just wanted to summarize,
Okay.
Chandrasekhar sir point. There was a FIR drive which has happened couple of weeks back in the month of last week of August. There were 2 FIRs being registered against the promoters of this company because the project was halted, and then there were new rumors and paper news saying that they may run away from the country and stuff like that. And since people like Chandrasekhar sir have registered the property, and most of the buyers are little nervous about it, and then since our hard money was at risk and project was stalled more than a year, and many people have got and filed an FIR in the police station. There are 2 FIRs already being registered, and that is in the investigation must be in progress by the competitive investigation officer. So since the investigation is going on by the competent police officer, we don't want to kind of discuss about that particular aspects. Probably we'll take that up as a separate offline discussion. And Chandrasekhar sir, you can reach out to Mohan sir for your case, how to proceed further. I think he has given a wonderful suggestion. We need to consult the doctor because you underwent the heart operations, and your health is
recently
more.
Also, I was admitted in the hospital.
Yeah. So that is why it's important for you to take care of your health.
Yes,
At the same time, you need to fight together. We are all fighting together as one forum. And then Mohan sir has given a very strong message to the society. Unless people come forward, and laws have been framed by the people, for the people, and of the people. Unless we come forward as a common citizen saying that we are being cheated, we have been harassed by the builder, nothing can be created, no policy can be framed. And we have a wonderful system called RERA, as Mohan sir was highlighting about some of the important aspects of RERA. I think some of the implementation he is already working on. I think we'll definitely trust Mohan sir's leadership in his capabilities on driving some of these. I think he has given first-hand information which is going to come tomorrow. And please do not exercise the NCLT immediately, which is in the favor of the builders, not in favor of buyers. RERA is the best option. Please reach out to Mohan sir. Please file RERA cases, and then keep the orders in hand. That will help all the home buyers as of today. and then implementation, probably once we have a strong, solid implementation, that will open up a lot of forums. And also, sir, probably we'll discuss in a separate forum. There are some more suggestions given by our home buyers how to make RERA stronger. Probably I will pass on those suggestions to you as a WhatsApp message to you after this call, sir. There are, if there are more than 50% of the cases get registered, is there any provision for builders to not to launch a new project? Because if they failed in multiple projects, why RERA has to give another RERA approval for another project, something like that. So there are a lot of suggestions which is coming up through this platform. So we will pass on those suggestions to you, sir. Probably it may help for strengthening RERA as a regulation. And then also a policy making. As I talked about Satyam case, is there is no provision where government can step forward in those cases and then take over some of the projects and execute in favor of home buyers. There needs to be a lot of thought process that need to go in from the home buyers point of view. Is there is any provision to create a separate policy? RERA is one implementation stuff that we have, but is there any other policy that can be created specifically for home buyers? That is something that need to be worked out. Probably we'll have a separate discussion, Mohan sir, on this. And really appreciate and thanks a lot for your valuable time.
Thank
1
you.
hour, that too on a weekend, sir. We really appreciate, and thank you for your guidance and then all the effort that you are putting in on behalf of all Mantri Serenity Home Buyers Forum. Thanks a lot to you, sir. And then we'll connect with you, and I will share your number to all our home buyers to reach out to you for legal consultation and taking the cases forward, sir. Thanks a lot, and have a nice
Thank you.
weekend, sir. We'll keep connect
you,
with you.
sir.
Thank you, Mrinalini madam. Thank you, Chandrasekhar, to part of
Okay.
this panel discussion. Thank you.
Thank you,
Jai
sir.
Hind,
Thank you.
Jai
Thank
Karnataka
you.
Mate.
Yeah, bye.